You look like the traveling sort. In your excursions, have you perchance come upon a young dark elf named Veya? She went missing a couple of weeks ago and her father desperately seeks any information regarding her whereabouts.
I don't think I've seen anyone named Veya.
That's a shame. Her father, Eris, the house counselor here in Balmora, promises that anyone who can find his daughter and return her safely to his side will be well rewarded.
Can you provide me with any additional information?
You should speak to Counselor Eris. He's opened the kin house to interview potential recruits. Freelancers, as it were. If you're interested, go speak to the counselor. The longer Veya remains missing, the more distressed Counselor Eris becomes.
I will speak to Counselor Eris.
Counselor Eris can be found at the Redoran kin house, and do hurry. He's ever so troubled by our failure to locate young Veya. If he finds that an outsider can succeed where the house guard has failed, so be it.
You don't seem to like the idea of the counselor seeking help in this matter.
I have no issue with Counselor Eris seeking help. It's where he's decided to get that help that concerns me. House Redoran doesn't need outsiders to take care of its business. But who am I to question a house counselor?
Who is Counselor Eris?
Counselor Eris Relith oversees Redoran operations in Balmora and the surrounding countryside. He's very influential, very powerful. Usually, the counselor doesn't allow his passions to get the better of him. But Veya is his daughter, after all.
Tell me what happened to Veya.
If I knew what happened to the counselor's daughter, I wouldn't be talking to you now, would I? As far as we can tell, she left of her own accord. There wasn't any foul play involved that we're aware of. Beyond that, you'd have to ask the counselor.
Tell me about House Redoran.
How can anyone not know about House Redoran? Is this some sort of outlander ruse?
No ruse. I just want to know more about House Redoran.
Well, in that case, Redoran is the grandest of the Great Dunmer houses. We champion the virtues of duty and piety, and we have a proud military tradition. Our house comes first in all things. I don't understand why Eris seeks outside help.
Yes? Is there something I can do for you, Outlander?
Sergeant Valdrus sent me. He said you needed help finding your daughter.
My daughter has been gone too long, and the house guard can't seem to find a wall in the corner. But why should I trust you with this task? Tell me, Outlander, how can you succeed when my forces continue to fail time and time again?
It seems your daughter knows your people and their tactics. She does not know me.
An interesting insight. Perhaps you can find my daughter. Veya can handle herself, but the father worries, you understand? Anyway, I agree with your assessment. That's why I'm willing to bring in outside help on this.
Tell me what happened.
Veya fled after a family disagreement. She's run away before, but I'm concerned that she might have something more permanent in mind this time, and more dangerous. Veya knows how to evade the house guard, but as you said, she doesn't know you.
All right, I'll try to find your daughter.
Captain Briven oversees the house's attempt to locate my daughter. You should speak to him and see what his investigation has already turned up.
You mentioned Veya might be involved in something dangerous?
Veya has always been fascinated by the Morag Tong. Even admired one of their agents when she was growing up. It's possible she sought refuge with this agent, or even decided to join the organization. Though I hope I am wrong about that.
Tell me more about the Morag Tong.
The Morag Tong? They're an ancient guild of assassins sanctioned by the tribunal to carry out honorable writs of execution. Ostensibly, they're supposed to keep the houses from resorting to all-out war. But I still find the practice barbaric.
And the agent that Veya admires?
Someone of no consequence, and not at all important to accomplishing your mission. Besides, you don't find Morag Tong agents, they find you. Just pray it's not because your name wound up on one of their writs. That is a death sentence.
You mentioned a family disagreement.
That is a private matter. If your investigation proves fruitful, then such matters become relevant. We can discuss the particulars then, but not before.
Maybe your wife would be willing to discuss that with me.
Like my daughter, my wife has a mind of her own. What the two of you discuss is your own affair. Just understand that I haven't employed you to solve my family's problems. I only need you to find my daughter.
Where can I find Captain Brivon?
He's probably patrolling the town square at this time of day. Britain's soldiers have been trying to get information out of Veya's friends. But those young men and women are almost as good at avoiding the house guard as my daughter.
I couldn't help overhearing your conversation with my husband. We share the same office, after all. Thank you for agreeing to look for our daughter. But know that Veya is headstrong. I say this from experience. I am her mother, after all.
Can you tell me anything else about Veya that might help me find her?
She stormed out of the house after a heated argument with her father. Nothing unusual in that. But when she didn't return, well, that's when both her father and I started to worry.
What was the argument about?
I'd rather not talk about it. It's a private matter concerning the family. The relevant fact remains that my daughter took her most cherished possessions and left home. I'm worried that she's going to do something that can't be undone.
What do you think Veya's going to do?
As I said, Veya is headstrong, confident, perhaps too confident. She might join the Morag Tong just to spite her father, or run off to fight in the war, something reckless along those lines. Please do what you can and find my daughter.
Are you somebody important?
Important? I suppose that depends upon who you ask. My husband thinks so. I'm the treasurer here in Balmora. My job requires that I record all important transactions regarding Redoran finances and balance everything to the last gold piece.
Your husband?
Counselor Eris, who oversees Redoran operations in the Balmora region. Our family is one of the most respected in the house. I'm surprised you haven't heard of us, wherever it is you come from. Now, if you don't mind, I have a lot of work to do.
Not now, Outlander. If you need some sort of assistance, go find one of the house guard.
Counselor Eris sent me to ask about the investigation to find his daughter.
You must be one of the freelancers the Counselor employed to supplement the duties of the house guard. Very well. I'll tell you what I know. Veya ran away. Again. I hope you can succeed when my troops have failed. If anything happens to Veya...
Sounds like you have a personal stake in this?
I've known the Relith family since I was a child. Veya is like a sister to me, and I'll do everything in my power to get her home safe and sound. Even trust an Outlander. We think her friends may know where she is, but they keep eluding us.
Maybe her friends will be less suspicious if I approach them.
Perhaps. As long as you don't get too close. They've been running notes of late. I think it has something to do with Veya, but the runners keep evading my guards. Look for a group meeting on the other side of town. See if you can follow the note.
I'll see if I can follow the note.
When you find Veya's friends, remember to keep your distance. You just want to spot the note carrier and follow him to whoever's receiving these messages. That's the key to locating Veya. If you can't do it, don't worry. The house can handle it.
Tell me more about Veya Relith.
He is a born warrior. Hard-headed, stubborn, a real pain in the ass. She can fight like an angry netch, though. I keep trying to get her to join the militia. She always turns me down.
Tell me about Veya's disagreement with her father.
That's not my tale to tell. If Counselor Eris or his wife won't speak of the troubles his family has had to deal with in recent weeks, maybe you can ask Veya. If and when you find her.
Tell me more about this note you want me to follow.
We started to notice groups of young dark elves gathering in out-of-the-way parts of the city. One of my guards saw them pass a note between them, but they split up and she lost them in the back alleys.
What do you think the note contains?
Could be a love poem or a recipe for Kwama cream cocktail. But we suspect it's the way Veya has been keeping tabs on what's been happening in the city. It may amount to nothing, but the note could give us a lead on where to find Veya.
Get this letter to Eris. It's important. Just don't let House Redoran get their hands on it. If you think you're being followed, find a place to hide. Well done. This should help us determine what happened to Veya's brother. Hello, can I help? Wait a moment. You're one of those hirelings House Redoran pays to harass us simple folk. Look, all Veya wants to do is to find out what happened to her brother. Too bad the house doesn't seem to care a swit about any of that.
Counselor Eris just wants to find his daughter. Will the note you received help me accomplish that?
Veya wants nothing to do with the house or her father. Why can't any of you respect that? Even if I wanted to help, I haven't seen Veya since she snuck out of town. We communicate by notes, and this one isn't even about her.
What's that note about, then?
If you must know, it concerns Veya's brother. He was an officer in the House Guard before he vanished without a trace. We've been trying to help Veya find him.
Who are you delivering this information to if you aren't in contact with Veya?
A local tough. Goes by the name of Ashur. He delivers the letters. We usually meet him outside of town to the northeast. But good luck trying to get any information out of him. Ashur is not known for his conversational skills.
I can be very persuasive.
I think we're done here, don't you? I told you where to find Ashur. He's been passing our notes on to Veya. Just to the north and east, outside of town. Or is this your way of offering to save me a trip since you're headed his way?
Why had you been avoiding House Redoran soldiers?
You think I'm just going to tell you all our secrets, Outlander? It's not going to happen. I won't betray Veya.
Answer my question, or I'll haul you off to the House Guard personally.
All right. No need to get violent. Veya doesn't want her father to find her until she's located her brother, so we help protect her. That's why we set up the runners. Let the Councilor's hounds chase us, while Veya looks for Ulran.
Counselor Eris secured my services to locate his daughter.
I'm sure Counselor Eris's intentions are good. He loves his daughter. Wants her back safe and sound. But what about what Veya wants? Her brother home safe, her father's honesty, the house looking out for its people and not just its precious honor?
Tell me more about Veya's brother.
I'm not telling you anything, you Redoran dog.
Just trying to help out here. What harm will telling me about Veya's brother possibly cause?
Sorry about that. I'm kind of on edge, if you hadn't noticed. Everyone knows Veya's brother. Or they did, before he disappeared. Ulran was an exemplary officer. Everything House Redoran could hope for. Veya won't rest until she learns the truth.
And that's why Veya ran away?
She ran away because her father refused to give her a straight answer. She suspects he was involved in Ulran's disappearance. Or that he at least knows more than he's willing to say. Is it any wonder Veya decided to take matters into her own hands?
How do you know Veya?
Balmer is not that big. Most of the sons and daughters of the house leaders and prominent merchants know each other. Veya's one of us, and we'll do whatever it takes to help her find her brother.
You'll do anything for Veya?
Within reason. And Veya would do the same for us. That's why we're helping her. She really is a terrific person.
If I had that situation under control, just needed them to make the first hostile move. Still, I cleaned enough blood off my axes for one day, so thanks for lending a hand.
I was told to meet you out here.
You were you? With Melissa? I told her I'd close out my tab after I completed another contract. That woman has the patience of an anxious nix. Well, tell her I'm good for it. I'll stop by and we can conclude our business cordially.
No, I'm here about Veya.
With Veya.
The new apprentice. Now why in oblivion do you care about Veya?
We're trying to find her.
Are you now? And why do you want to do that? Never mind, I don't really care. I was asked to pass along some notes, but I'm not really the messenger type. I suggest you talk to Veya's mentor. Last I heard, she had a job in the Western Ruins.
I'll look for Veya's mentor. In the ruins to the west?
Make sure you don't anger Veya's mentor, or even look at her the wrong way. She's grown surprisingly protective of that young woman, and if she thinks you pose a danger... Besides, I'd hate to see you wind up on the wrong end of one of our writs.
Why are these townfolk trying to kill you?
You know, the usual buyer's remorse. I see a lot of that in my line of work. Turns out, I'd kill a bad man who did bad things. The writ was legal and above board. Unfortunately, his brother didn't see it that way and was looking for revenge.
Tell me more about Veya's mentor.
I'd rather not. She's particular about her secrets, and I don't want to get on a bad side. You should keep that in mind too if you plan to continue on this course. Veya's mentor usually sticks to the rules, but I wouldn't turn my back on her.
You're some kind of assassin?
Oh, you make it sound so obscene. Still, that's pretty much an accurate description. But it's not like I work for the Dark Brotherhood or anything. I don't kill anyone without a sanctioned writ. Keeps the great houses in line. It's a calling.
Leave me, Outlander. Let me die in the shame I brought to Malakath. Defeated by a lone warrior. Malakath will laugh at our incompetence.
What happened to you?
An assassin. Probably a Morag Tong. She tracked our leader here. But she doesn't know. We set a trap inside the ruins. Oh, Lord.
She's just one woman. Get inside the ruins and stop her.
Well, there's things to find in a face like this. You're not a cultist. At least you sure aren't dressed like one. You're walking into a dangerous place, hero. You must be here for a reason.
I came to find you and to ask you...
Questions? I don't have time for questions. I have a writ to complete. Look, I can't keep these evil cultists waiting. You want to talk? Find me after I finish this job.
I will find you.
Don't kill me. I didn't mean to interfere with House Tolbani's plans. I made a mistake.
A mistake? Well, that explains everything.
I'll just let the Telvanni know. I'm sure Mage Bainhin will understand.
Oh, that's your relief. I thought for sure you were going to kill me.
I am.
Ugh, I hate when my leathers get wet. And if there's a new outfit, too.
Oh well.
I suppose we'll discuss what you're doing here.
You're obviously not one of the Malakath cultists, so I have one question. Why the tusk are you following me, and why shouldn't I just kill you and be done with it? Yes, that was 2 questions,
And an orc curse. And a threat.
It's been a long day.
I'm looking for Counselor Eris's daughter, Veya.
No, that's not what I expected. But you can just turn around and leave. You're not going to find her. Veya's going through a difficult time right now, and the last thing she needs is some House Redoran lackey adding to her pain and confusion.
Her father just wants to find her and know that she's safe.
Really? Is that what old man Eris told you? And did he tell you about Veya's brother? About how House Redoran exiled their favorite son? No? I didn't think so. Veya needs answers and I promise to help her. So walk away while you still can.
If you don't let me help, we'll have to deal with others. They're hiring outsiders to find Veya.
Outsiders? Is her father really that desperate? Look, tell Eris that Veya's safe and you'll see her soon, but no more outsiders. If my organization gets skittish, they'll return to the shadows and take Veya with them. Then only deal with you.
Is all that really true? Will you set up a meeting with Veya?
But it's not exactly a lie, and I don't want things to get out of hand. I'll arrange a meeting, provided Veya agrees. You let Eris know she's safe. Get him to stop hiring freelancers before someone gets hurt. I'll send word when we're ready.
What organization are you talking about?
I suppose if you're in for a sliver, you might as well be in for the log. I'm with the Morag Tong, and what you witnessed was a legal murder. According to my writ, the orc had to die. So, I killed him. Now, if you don't mind, I need to get back to Veya.
Why do you care what happens to Veya?
Veya and I have a history. Her brother, too. They were good kids. Liked to watch me train. Now I feel responsible for her. When she came to me looking for help and asked to join the Morag Tong, who was I to refuse?
You let her join the Morag Tong?
That was her decision, not mine. Veya's good with a blade and tracks like a Nord Ranger. She's a natural at this, and it gives me a chance to keep an eye on her. So now I'm her mentor and she's my apprentice. I wouldn't have it any other way.
What was that between you and the Malakath cultists?
That was poetry in motion. Not only is my organization getting choice assignments again, but we're starting to recover some of our prestige. Specifically, These Malakath cultists interfered with House Telvanni, so they had to be dealt with.
And the orc you just killed?
Oh, him? No one special. Just the leader of this particular band of mad cultists. His name was on the writ, so I had to end him. It's what I do, after all, and I do it so well.
I'm surprised to see you back here, but I'm also relieved. Does this mean you have news about my daughter? Is she safe? Is she ready to come home?
Veya's safe. She joined the Morag Tong and they're arranging a meeting.
Veya? Join that cult of assassins? I was afraid she'd do something rash. What was she thinking? I don't see the Morag Tong as safe, but at least she's still alive, so I suppose that's something. When are we going to meet with my daughter?
Not us, just me. But tell me, what happened to Veya's brother?
She won't meet with me? No, I suppose she's not ready for that quite yet. As for Veya's brother, that was all the doing of the Redoran Council. I'm not allowed to discuss the details, but he's still alive, if that's what Veya is worried about.
Nariyu said to call off the other freelancers or she'll take Veya and disappear.
Nariyu's back in town? She's as stubborn as Veya. Very well. No other outsiders. Although I can't dismiss the mercenaries that Captain Brithen employs. House Redoran is my life, as is Veya. I'll do everything in my power to see her home safely.
Your daughter is safe. Just let me handle this and I'll try to get her to meet with you.
As you say. No other outsiders. But there are rules, Outlander. I must do everything within reason to maintain the honor of House Redoran. Here, your first payment. Soon, however, I'll expect more than just a verbal confirmation of Veya's safety.